Yo, what's up everybody, Slow-Mo Backslap here, hitting you with another video, and today we're going to talk about this Xbox July event that's starting on Thursday, and it's going to be a pre-show. I don't know how big that pre-show is going to be or how long it's going to be, but it's supposed to be pretty significant according to Jeff Keighley, but it's supposed to be a pre-show and then an hour-long main show showing nothing but games. So don't expect any kind of announcements of new studios that they purchased. That's not going to happen yet. I do think they have purchased some. I'll talk about that later. Don't expect anything, any announcement on services that they're changing. I know everyone's talking about how Xbox Live 12-year plan subscription is no longer available and all kinds of speculation on what that means for the future. They're not going to talk about that yet. And don't expect Project Lockhart, aka Xbox Series S, to be shown. Yes, they discontinued the Xbox Series X, likely because they don't want it cannibalizing sales for this new Project Lockhart, but they're not going to talk about any of those things at this show. This is going to be all about games. And because it's going to be all about games, they really need to bring it. I mean, they really need to show the overall gaming world why they should invest in an Xbox next generation. So hey, let's get into it. Hit the like and subscribe button if you like my content. I hope you do. And yeah, let's do it. And because they have a ton of studios already, 15, I will just start this off by speaking about all of the ones I think aren't going to show anything all at once and why I don't think they will. Compulsion, Mojang, Double Fine, Undead Labs, World's Edge, and the Coalition, I don't think are going to show anything at the show. Whatever they're working on is either too early in development to warrant anything, not even a teaser trailer, because they don't want people to get the wrong idea of what the game may turn out to be and then get disappointed if it's not the way they first revealed it. So more than likely you don't see anything from those studios right now. Expect to see at the earliest from some of these studios something in like Exile 2020, the VGAs, or just straight up next year, but don't expect to see these studios show anything of what they're working on this Thursday. So the first studio in game I want to talk about is literally the only game that we know for certain is definitely going to be there, and that's Halo Infinite and 343 Industries. There is talk that we're definitely going to see 10 minutes of campaign gameplay footage, which I think would be good. I think that would be a good reveal. Let people see the campaign, let people get a little relaxed on how that is, because the last 343 Halo game had a terrible campaign. So if you show them a portion of this campaign and it looks good, that could really ease some tensions, really get people excited and keep that excitement up for Halo Infinite later this year. I would prefer a deep dive on the full game, like campaign, multiplayer, all the new modes that they got in the game, anything new and unique, new gameplay features, if it's open world or not, if it's got RPG elements or not. I would love to see that, especially something similar to how Sony showcased The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, but I don't expect that within this show because they got limited time, but potentially maybe in a different stream later this year. That would be great. Now, I am going to talk about In Exile and didn't list them with the other studios that weren't going to show any games, simply because I think because Wasteland 3 is coming out next month, that they will show Wasteland 3 likely in the pre-show, but they will show Wasteland 3 and they may actually announce In Exile new game. Now, Brian Fargo, the studio head, has not been shy in speaking publicly about their next game on Twitter and in interviews. From what I've gathered, it's a AAA game and not an RPG, which is a bit different because they're a studio that has specialized in isometric RPGs in the past. They've been doing a lot of hiring and they're still hiring more people for this game, whatever it is. It might still be a little too early to show, but we could see some kind of teaser trailer for it, kind of similar to what we saw for Everwild. I fully expect Ninja Theory to show more of Hellblade 2. They've confirmed it will be running on Unreal Engine 5, but it's still way too early to see them implement features like Lumen and Nanite from that new engine because it's not available for anyone else outside of Epic to use until at the earliest summer of 2021. But I do fully expect to see a more significant trailer than the teaser they showed at 2019 VGAs. I think this trailer they show will explain more of what's happening to Senua in this game. Very little gameplay, but at least some gameplay to show that they're evolving the combat. Don't expect to see anything from Project Mara anytime soon. I think that won't be shown until next year. I fully expect Obsidian to announce the next AAA RPG that they're working on. This will be the surprise announcement of the show. My prediction is this will be a brand new RPG and not The Outer Worlds 2. The Outer Worlds 1 just came out last year, so they don't think they've had enough time to brainstorm in pre-production new ideas of where to take the story, how they advance the gameplay mechanics, the RPG elements, all that other stuff. They just haven't had enough time for that yet. I also predict this will be something that will be shown in the middle of the show to kind of break up some of the more mundane titles that they'll be showing from their second party published games and third party marketing deals. Playground Games will finally show Fable. I mean, we've only known it's been in existence for 2 years. They've been ignoring every single person that said, hey, are you making Fable? They're finally going to talk about this game. There's evidence everywhere that this is going to happen. I mean, they've created placeholder Twitter accounts for it. They've really laid the groundwork to really let us know Fable is coming without actually saying Fable is coming. Now, from what I've heard, the game looks gorgeous. It's going to be one of the biggest RPGs that you've seen in years. And I believe personally, my prediction is that it's either going to be the first game they show at the main show, not the pre-show, but the main show, or the last game they show. But regardless, I'm hyped for this. I'm hyped for Fable. I'm not going to say the full show's an L if they don't show Fable, but they need to show Fable. So yeah, I think this game might be the one game that people are talking about when the show is over. Whether that's good or bad, either way, it's going to be a game people are talking about. I do believe that Rare is going to show another expansion of Sea of Thieves. This is probably going to be shown in the pre-show, but Sea of Thieves has really hit its stride, and Xbox Game Studios and Rare have been great at adding more content for the Sea of Thieves community. Will we see Everwild again? I kind of doubt it. They showed a vague announcement trailer at Exile 19. The game is in really early development and likely isn't further along really to show us much more than what they did. So I'm thinking just a Sea of Thieves expansion, and again, likely in the pre-show. It has been rumored that the initiative is actually working on 2 games, and one of them is a remake for Perfect Dark, and that they are changing it from a first-person shooter to a third-person narrative-driven stealth action game. Whether all that's true or not, we don't know. We don't even know if the initiative is even going to be at the show. I've been hearing that they're not going to be there at all, or I've been hearing that they will be there. Who knows? But in regards to Perfect Dark changing, I will welcome that. I didn't really care for the original Perfect Dark games anyway. Whatever they're working on as their other game, I hope it's a brand new IP. But are they going to be at the show? That's up in the air. I really can't call it either way. But I do hope they are there to just get us hyped for whatever they're working on. I know there's been a lot of talk that Turn 10 and the next Forza Motorsport will not be at the show. I do think they will be at the show, and here's why. Them being at this show is not dependent upon Forza Motorsport actually coming out later this year. I don't know whether Forza Motorsport is coming out later this year. Usually history would dictate that it is, but what happens in history doesn't mean it's always going to happen the same way in the future. Doesn't mean Forza Motorsport is coming out later this year. It could be coming out early next year. We don't know. But I do believe they will show something from Forza Motorsport and announce that it's coming soon. So yeah, they got a lot of changes they've made with it, changes with the Forza engine, yada yada yada, but we'll see what happens. But whether it's a launch title or not, I do believe Forza Motorsport will be at the show. And last but not least, Xbox Game Studios Publishing. So the only confirmed game that we know that's coming out soon from them is Tell Me Why by Donut. I do believe they have other second party titles that they haven't announced yet. I think we're going to see a good number of them, like 2 or 3, in addition to another trailer for Tell Me Why. But outside of that, you can expect to really kind of see what they are publishing in second party is more of the filler into the show. So not the first game they show, not the last game they show, but a lot of the stuff that's in the middle. Oh, wait. I will be doing a live stream of the Xbox event on Thursday at noon. Should hopefully have Gaming Forte with me. I gotta confirm that again. But I think he's coming. He's going to be there too. Regardless, we'll be live streaming that. So come check me out when they do the show. And you can see my live reaction to everything that happens, whether I think it's good or bad. You'll see it. And Aaron Greenberg has confirmed this show will only be about games. Next month, they will get into hardware services and acquisition. So although they haven't talked about this yet, I do think they've already acquired 2 studios. They just haven't announced those studios yet. I'm not going to get into who I think has been purchased because I'm going to wait until after the show to get into that, because this will be a part of kind of my ramp up to the August show. And last but not least, third party. We're going to see games from third party developers. They've confirmed that as well. They have marketing deals with other companies. They got to show their games. They would have likely have shown them at E3 if there was an E3. There wasn't an E3, so they got to show them now. So expect to see something from Cyberpunk 2077 like we haven't seen Cyberpunk 5 million times already. Expect to see Assassin's Creed Valhalla again like we haven't seen that a multitude of times already. But then also I do expect to see Elden Ring, which is something that they haven't shown since I think last year, and a lot of people are hyped to see. So that's all I got. My predictions for the game show. I do think it's going to be successful. I think they're going to surprise some people. I think some games are really going to shock the overall gaming community with what they have in store. Now, are they going to be next generation in terms of game design, in terms of new innovative features that you haven't seen before in games? I doubt it. I really do. But I don't think that means these games are going to be bad or anything, are going to show poorly. I think they're going to show well. And if they don't, guaranteed in my live stream of it, you're going to see how I feel about it. And in my post-show reaction, you're going to see how I feel about that as well. So hit the like and subscribe button if you liked the video. Really appreciate you guys rocking with me. And again, check out the live stream coming up soon on Thursday. And you guys have a great day. Peace.